too. Yeah, legalise cannabis. Why? You shouldn't be in jail just for smoking pot. It's a disproportionate use of public resources. If I punched you on the nose and stole your cannabis, then yeah, I'd be entitled to be arrested. If I took it across national borders without paying customs and duties and excise tax, then yeah, prosecute me for tax fraud. But don't prosecute me for cannabis possession. I might have a medical need for it. I might enjoy smoking it. I might enjoy the thrill of smoking cannabis. I might decide to save myself £10 a month and grow it myself, legalise it. Farmers, they could grow the stuff, turn it into shoes. I mean, look, I've got holes in my shoes. And okay, I can go and get a social fund loan for a new pair of shoes, but my mate lent me 40 quid, so I'm saving up to get a new pair of shoes. But legalise cannabis. Farmers could donate 15% of their land to growing industrial hemp. We used to make sails out of hemp. It wasn't cotton. Cotton needs fertiliser, cotton needs biochemical bloody stuff. Tons of it. DuPont. They need DuPont. Cannabis doesn't. You can grow it in a bucket of water if you need to. You don't need to grow cannabis using fertilisers or chemicals or any additives whatsoever. You just put part, it just grows. So massive investment capability, opportunity. Imagine 15% of however much land is agricultural in Britain given over to industrial hemp. Industrial hemp's not illegal, but the production of it is. Why? Why can't farmers have a decent income by growing a product that people need? We don't need. Farmers can't make money out of oil. Oil is a consumption. Oil is fuel. You get far more benefit from growing cannabis than you would, aside from the recreational use of cannabis, the industrial use of cannabis, far more productive use of land, far more productive. What is it? You can get 3 or 4 crops in a year, and every 3 or 4 months you're making stack load of money. And instead of harvesting bloody wheat and corn and rapeseed, you're growing cannabis. And then you could do so much with industrial hemp. So much. 30,000 registered uses, patented uses probably. And DuPont killed it off in 1937 with this illegal bill. Criminalisation of Cannabis Act or whatever it was called. Why? It just baffles me. Local democracy sucks. How do I ask Stephen McLaughlin why he overspent on his office? Hey? And how do I get £500 if I don't ask you lot for some help? 500 members, £1 each, £500. Why? But what if that requirement under the Representation of Peoples Act 1983 for a deposit of £500 to be registered with the the returning officer for a nomination to Parliament and the general election? If I don't get that £500, I can't stand as an independent candidate for you lot. If I don't get £500, or I don't satisfy the returning officer that I ain't got the money. And I ain't asking you for £500, that's just a con. what if that requirement is illegal? What if first step is the Bill of Rights 1689. Free. It says that all elections ought to be free. Ought to be free. Now, in my language, that means you don't pay anything to stand for Parliament, and then it's up to the electorate to decide whether they want to vote for you or not. Right? Now, how does a requirement for £500 give you a free election? How does that become fair? If I got £500, yeah, fine, that's fair. If I don't have £500, that's not fair. In the legal definition of the word fair, free from discrimination, free from unnecessary imposition of fines. It's all there in the Bill of Rights. And then secondly, Article 3 of the second protocol of the Human Rights Act. I don't know why they've got two separate Human Rights Acts. Article 1 and Article 2. Or something along those lines. Google Human Rights Act 1998. And then scroll all the way down to the second part. And Article 3 of the second part says free elections. Free and fair elections. Come here, Dodge. Dodge is getting bored. Dodger, come here, mate. Come on. Hang on here for a bit. So anyway, yeah, update on that. The Electoral Commission can't answer those questions. But A, it's the Bill of Rights, and secondly, it's the Human Rights Act, which is basically a modern version of the Bill of Rights 1689. Dodger! Anyway, I better go and catch the bus, pick up my new CPU from my computer, and we can walk up. So what else? Tons of video on YouTube. Saw this really good declaration by this American girl called Becca against Gardasil. She's been having problems since she was vaccinated a year ago, and she can't play softball and she can't join in with her friends' sports or things like that. The vaccine. The reason it's a pandemic is because they can rush through the trials, and then the big pharma corps can make billions and billions of dollars of profit out of your suffering. And the other big thing is that I saw this video where they did a clinical assessment of corporatocracy, the corporate behaviour of corporations like Bayer and Baxter and DuPont and people like that. And surprise, surprise, they define these corporate entities as bloody psychopaths, uncaring of misery. I wish I could remember the address for the video. Corporates are psychopaths. They really don't care about us. They've got psychopathic behavioural disorders, right? They go out of their way to be psychopaths, and that's not good business sense. Don't you get it? Microsoft could be defined as a psychopath. Look it up, find it, research it, look into it. I did. A couple of my mates have been doing it. I've made friends because I've investigated these issues, looked into it. Is that my mate Vince? No. Anyway, I suppose it's coming up to 10 minutes, so I hate censorship, I hate word limits. I think you should be free to write as much as you like. Dodger! Anyway, I'm going to knock it on the head. My name's Stephen J. Humphrey, independent candidate for Bournemouth East. hopefully we'll get a general election soon. And I'll see you again soon. Anyway, bye.